Check, check, check. Check, 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 check. There we go. Check. Okay. A lot of news today. Been a minute. Let's see what we got. I don't want you to see anybody's phone number, so I'll put it on my other screen. Okay. So, reverse order. This is the newest story to come in. 5 a.m. this morning. Wow, it's June 10th already. Oh my gosh. Olympic athletes turn to diabetes tech in pursuit of medals. Can't wait to read what this is about. Olympians, including Dutch marathon runner Abdi Nagiye, totally did not pronounce that correctly. Nagiye, Abdi Nagiye. How do you pronounce? Here we go.
Nagi,
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 Nagi.
Nagi. All right. Sammy, I'll get to question 1 second. Olympians, including Dutch marathon runner Abdi, unless you're leaving. Are you going to hang out for a sec? Abdi Nagi. I see, because the two E's is E and then the Yi. Nagi Yi. Are using a new tool they hope will boost their medal chances this summer. Tiny monitors that attach to the skin to track blood glucose levels. You know, I've seen these. I've seen people. I thought they were nicotine, but now I know. Yeah, I've seen them. They're like squares. Some of them have squares. Back of the arm. Yep. Ooh, does that penetrate the skin? Ooh, reminds me of like when people are sitting in the hospital and they got like just the needle stuck in the arm and they're just laying there and like so the hospital doesn't have to continuously prick them. It's just they hook up to the needle. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to describe this. Needle in the arm in the hospital that just stays there and doesn't leave, so the hospital can, yeah, whatever that cannula infiltration, IV infiltration. You see, it's just like stuck in the arm. Oh God, ooh, I hate needles. Get rid of that. Continuous glucose monitors were developed for use by diabetes patients, but their makers also spy opportunities in sports and wellness. Oh boy. A port. Okay. So you're gonna hang, Sammy? After this story, I'll answer your question. Because I do have a report, somewhat. The Paris Olympics, which start on July 26th, are an opportunity to showcase the technology, even though there's as yet no proof it can boost athletic performance. I do see a day where it's going to be used outside of diabetes in a big way, says the COO, Jacob Leach. Sammy, do you message me on Instagram? I feel like. What kind of a name is Leach Leach? An English surname which means physician. Bloodletter. Yeah, obviously. Occupational name for a physician. Okay. Diabetes patients remain the continuous glucose monitors specialist commercial focus, but they're also working to use it to optimize athletic performance. The market's already billions of dollars thanks to diabetes, who use them with a Bluetooth to a smartphone instead of drawing blood. Mm. They developed a product for amateur and elite sports users without diabetes in 2020 and has sponsored Kenyan marathon great and his team. Okay, so basically, they got somebody on the phone telling the guy when he needs to drink sugar water. Hmm. As I drink my coffee with coconut sugar in it. I should talk, huh? Maybe I should get one. Abbott said it's targeting the non-diabetic consumer market and eyeing a U.S. launch for its Lingo device and smartphone app for health and well-being, available in Britain since January at $150 to $200 a month. Top athletes use it to optimize calorie intake and workout intensity. Let's see. Let's go down, down, down. Dutch marathoner Nagy, who won silver in Tokyo, said they're monitoring blood glucose as an indicator of the body's available energy, part of his quest for an effortless run. Effortless reminds me of like these guys that are saying even if you don't feel like it, you got to work out. The continuous glucose monitor has guided Nagy to work on sleeping and eating patterns so that he expends a minimum of energy during training. Okay, we have a kick user commenting that he's going to help me get more viewers. Not a bot. Mm-mm. That's your energy, actually. That's your fuel. We have to monitor that, said Nagy. Australian swimmer Chelsea Hodges has said continuous glucose monitors helped her remedy bouts of extreme exhaustion and dizziness during endurance training by making adjustments to her calorie intake and training times. Okay, so they see when your blood sugar is highest, and they see when you need to take in sugar. A big guesswork for endurance athletes has always been, am I training hard enough or am I training too hard? With the CGMs, continuous glucose monitors, we got a better understanding. All right, well, look. Here's my take. People say math is the language of God. Let's look this up just to make sure. Math is the language of God. Oh, Galileo. Okay. So to say that you can't put a number on your health, it's not entirely accurate because it's a guide. Now, if you look at nature, things aren't very square at all. Look at a cloud, look at a tree. Don't look at the chemtrail clouds, look at a real cloud. But according to my teacher, Dr. Jubb, there is a mathematical formula in there. So somebody might say, your gut is the best way to monitor, go with how you feel. But I think these numbers could give you an indication, give you a a point to start from. And if it wasn't accurate, if it didn't help, I'm sure the Olympics would not use it because they're working with milliseconds and stuff like that. Sammy, Sammy says also helps you see what foods spike your system. While glucose spikes are normal in healthy people, we also know that having fewer, frequent, and large spikes and crashes is associated with improved energy, mood, focus, sleep, and reduces cravings. Yeah, I'm having cravings because I got leftovers from what I made yesterday with Kathy and Sir Doyle. I got a bunch of flax bread and I got a bunch of meat sauce, which is M period eat, which is mushroom marinara. So, man, I wish I could not eat that, and I'm gonna try. I'm gonna really try. Yeah, but am I gonna be able to do it? I don't know. So, what happened last night, Sammy? Okay, so let's see. We ended the stream when we got to the club. We walked in the back. They didn't check. They didn't check anything. They didn't check for our tickets. Brought us straight to the back. I don't know if it was the first comic. It might have been the second comic, or it might have been the first comic after the opener, which was like the host. And he was funny. Everybody was funny. One, two, three. We saw four comics. A young white kid. He was funny. A Japanese woman, younger than me but older than the kid. She was funny. A tiny bit hard to understand because she was super, super Japanese accent. I guess that was part of her bit because she did make a couple of jokes about being Japanese. The lady after her, younger girl, she said what? She was half black, half white. She was funny, and the she has a podcast. I don't remember her name. Sienna something. Let's see. See if I can remember. And the last guy was Jude Friedlander. He had a mask on the whole time. And he worked the crowd. The last two comics didn't really have. Actually, no. The girl I'm looking up right now, Sienna, comedian. Yeah, that's her. Sienna Hubert Ross. Okay. Follow. Natural blonde comic. Okay. The girl that hates her sugar daddy. What?
What are you doing? Taking pics?
No, I'm just looking at myself in the.
Oh man, still got it.
Um,
Take a pic with me with the phone that I bought you.
Oh, can you at least put in your teeth?
Oh yeah. Anything for my geisha doll.
Yeah, she was funny. Okay, now when Sammy, she was working the crowd a little bit, and there was an incident with Sir Doyle. She made the mistake of asking questions to the crowd and asking. She was going around the crowd. She got to Sir Doyle, and he started. She was asking people about their ethnicity, and he said. She asked him something, and she was like, "Cause we got there late." Or what, I forgot the reason why, but she's like, "Oh, what's the deal with you three? Blah blah blah. Is this your girlfriend?" I was like, I was like, "Oh, we're actually working together on a natural health center." And she goes, "Oh, I feel like that was a lie." It was funny. But she got to Sir Doyle, and he starts saying how he's part black and albino black. And then she goes back around to the crowd, and then he starts talking again without her asking. And he got into a whole story, which you know how he goes, but in the crowd, you could hear the people going, "Oh," like wanting him to shut up, and somebody's like, "Let her talk." And then the manager came over, and he was like, I was like nudging him, like, "Joel, shut up, shut up." And then the manager came over, and he's like, said something about, you can't speak anymore, because not that he was speaking for a while, but in these interactions, I think the comedian just wants you to give a quick answer so they could riff off it. But Sir Doyle starts going into this story about Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, how he's part black, about the different stories, the Black Knight, Sherlock Holmes. And then he starts talking about, I forgot what she said, something about racism, maybe, I don't know. But he starts talking about how one of his friends found out he was black and then called him the N-word, and he said it. Sir Doyle said it. He said the N-word. Like, it wasn't him saying it, it was his friend saying it to him. He goes, and then my friend said, "Fuck you, you." And then he said the N-word, and the people in the crowd were like, "Oh, you can't say that." Oh, man, bro. I wish I wasn't such a pussy and I brought my phone in, because there was nobody really checking for phones. I could have had it out the whole time, recording, streaming, and it was pretty funny, freaking funny. Looking back in hindsight, in the moment I was pretty anxious, like, I don't know, just the social anxiety of it, and I wish I streamed it, and I wish we stayed after and streamed, because all the comics stuck around the bar. We just jetted because I had more food to make. I didn't get to bed till 1 last night. I was up before 6. I need to go to sleep, man. Not now, but I'm saying in general. Started watching as I was making the food when I got home. I was watching these videos on autophagy, because I got this gut condition I'm trying to heal by fasting, and every single one is saying one of the key aspects of autophagy is making sure you get enough sleep. 7 to 9 hours. I got 5. I got less than 6 last night, and that's pretty much a habit. Let's see some.
Hell yeah. Can we buy? Gay? Okay, yep. I figured it was gay, but I was like, maybe bi? Okay. I feel like if I called you a lesbian, then that would be like I'm profiling you, even though it's very obvious. I was like, you like dick sometimes, for sure, right? Never a gold star. Sister, sister, you know what I mean? I like you. Are you gay? Oh, this is okay. You can still be gay with him. He looks rich though. I get it. Hell yeah. Can we buy?
Okay. The crowd work. And then the last guy was Jude Friedlander. Judah Friedlander. Yeah. He had a mask on. Let me follow him. He was pretty funny. All crowd work. Judah Friedlander did not have one bit. Online garage sale selling a working Commodore 64 with 2 floppy disk drives. Okay. That's cool. 90-minute live stream stand-up show. That's cool, man. So yeah, we went straight home. You know, I got this freaking phone to just stream all day long, and I wussed out. Honestly, I wussed out. Let it be the last time, Sammy. Let it be the last time that I wuss out on streaming. I do have these new mics coming in because the new phone is not a lightning port, it's a USB-C. So the lapel mics that I have been using, which I would like to use, you know, for interviews. I'll have one for me, one for the other person. And so, you know, all is not lost. Last night I was feeling down on myself. This morning I always wake up, you know, wanting to jump out the window. But I had my fizzy shot. I'm having my coffee, and things are manageable. America's rural hospitals keep getting attacked by cyber criminals. Microsoft and Google are working to fix that. I don't think so. I think this is an inside job. I bet you this is an inside job from the hospital. Who runs the hospitals? What is the top of the hospital chain in America? Health systems. Number of hospitals. Wow. 219, 182, 164, and 1. Department of Veterans Affairs. Okay. 10 largest hospitals. It's called health systems, huh? Okay. Yeah, I think it's an inside job. It's just like people setting their store on fire to collect insurance. YouTube is fine. Kick is stopping and starting. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Just as a side note, I don't know what to do with this because YouTube is not really a streaming. It's not really known for streaming, and that's where I've been, you know, for these last 15 years, and especially the past year when I really ramped up my streaming. The whole reason for going to Kick or Twitch would be for me to somehow monetize, but I don't know. I don't want to do it. I don't want to run ads, and so maybe I'll just stick on YouTube. What do you think? Does anybody in the chat, you know, and I don't know what to call you. I'll call you P. Project Blue Agate. That's my code name for you since we never really got introduced. Not that you have to. I'm not saying you have to give me your name, but I'll just call you P. It's kind of like Q. Wait, hold on. Q. O P Q. Okay, so you know Q from, what is that from? 007? Who is Q in 007? Okay, it is Q. Okay, so you're one before Q. You're P. I'll call you P. I like pee. I drink my own pee, so that works. I don't know if you want to be... maybe you don't want to be called P. Not P-E-E. P period. Anyway, what do you think? Sammy, what do you think? Anybody watching now or in the future, what do you think I should do as far as streaming? Because anytime you stream or I stream to multiple platforms, it's gonna divide the bandwidth. So right now, Kick is suffering. Let's go to Restream and turn off Kick because I feel like Kick is going to go the way of Mixer. You know what? I don't want to fuck with it and ruin the YouTube stream, so let's just do that next time. Anyway, Definitely gonna stick with YouTube. It's just what I'm used to, and not that I'm not gonna say it's been working because it's kind of working. I mean, I'm definitely moving forward, getting more viewers. I actually made $200 yesterday for donations to Sir Doyle. We got $120 left, by the way. Anybody watching who donated, we still got $120 on the card from the 200 we spent. We got 200 yesterday. One donation of 100, two donations of 50 each. We spent 60 on Long Island Railroad tickets and what is it? 20 on Subway because there's three of us, and we went back and forth on the Subway. So, Sammy, just stick with YouTube, right? And forget about any other streaming service. That's what I'm asking. I could do that. I could do YouTube and then take highlights and put them on TikTok. What do you think? Highlights on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook and all that, right? Highlights and stuff like that. Anyway, ooh, here you go. Look at this. Microsoft said in a statement, you got to read between the lines with this stuff. And, I'm a conspiracy theorist. So when Microsoft says that they're going to provide free security updates, what does this mean? This means the tentacles are going in. It's like, imagine a wire, but it's moving around like a tentacle. And it goes into your skin. It goes into the back. It crawls up the back of your spine, and it goes into the spot where the Matrix port goes. Remember the Matrix? And they freaking stick that thing in the back of your neck. That's what's happening here. See, Microsoft is behind the scenes hiring. This is just a conspiracy theory. Microsoft is hiring hackers to sabotage these hospitals and then offering the free service to protect them. And really what they're doing is now monitoring. Rumble is great, but very low pay. Okay, see, I don't necessarily want to get paid by somebody. I don't want to have to run ads because, the ads are not going to be what I'm into or want to promote. So, I don't want to run ads, but I do want to obviously help people and also bring people to my message. Both TikTok and IG, you got it. And Rumble is kind of more like my crowd, I would say, with the conspiracies and stuff. So, let me just make a note for myself over here. I can't live stream on Rumble because I don't have 5 viewers. Connect to Rumble. Now, I did do that, but it's supposed to auto update. Let's just see if it's been. Yeah, you see, it hasn't. The last video was 25 week, a half year ago. It's supposed to be auto updated. Tutu Xari commented on the video. Let's see what they said. Where's the comments? Comments. Right on, good job. At Love Your Liver Flesh. Okay, is this a person? Let's see here. Nope. Okay. At Love Your Liver Flesh. Okay, wow. Interesting. Hashtag, at Love Your Liver Flesh. My schizo brain thinks that these are all messages, and they're saying to make a tag, make a profile, Love Your Liver Flesh. You get what I'm saying? It's like when the US government goes in and funds and supplies the rebels to overthrow the government of a third world country so that they can install their operators. And that's because the United States is owned. And let's see. What is the name of that movie? The World is a Rich Man's Game, I think. Everything is a rich man's trick. 3 hours, 3.5 hours. I thought it was actually longer than that. I did watch this once. It was saying how there was like fucking 8 people shooting at JFK. And all about how the government is actually a corporatocracy. And that's why I know our boy is going to be installing further what do you call it? Progression. He's going to be progressing further towards digital ID and universal basic income, 15-minute cities, the New World Order. That's why I know he's going to become president. And the reason why I know, or the reason why I believe, is because of Nicole Shanahan. That she comes from Silicon Valley, that was the tip-off to me. Anyway, let's move on. I don't know what this says. Let's see. How hubris, revenge, and a breakup brought down Big Tech's proudest ally. Joshua Wright built a career as the cleverest mind in antitrust law until his past caught up with him. Oh boy. They don't want antitrust. For a time, Joshua Wright juggled a wife, 3 children, 3 mistresses, hey-o, and a well-paid career as a law professor and antitrust consultant for Google, Qualcomm, and Facebook. When you say 3 mistresses, I'm thinking high-paid escort. No offense. I can't see a law professor and antitrust consultant having any game. Not that I'm a judge. I don't have any game either, but I think this guy is hiring female companionship. And that's what they mean by 3 mistresses. Let's see. Definition of mistress. A woman in position of authority or control. A woman having an extramarital relationship, especially with a married man. Okay. Alright. What is being someone's mistress in an illicit affair? Here you go. Often suggests financial support in exchange for sexual favors. Okay, so I'm not making it up. Elon girl. Okay, hold on a second. What's the connection of Elon Musk to Nicole Shanahan?
According to Business Insider, the New York Times reported that Nicole Shanahan took ketamine with Elon Musk in 2021 and later said they had sex. Shanahan, a lawyer who's Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s running mate, was married to Sergey Brin at the time. Shanahan and Musk have both previously denied having an affair.
What? They had a drug-fueled orgy, bro? Wee-hoo. You know what? These people are all Illuminati, right? They have these sex orgies, and they probably did get high and fuck. Sorry to be crude. I'm not judging. Let's just be honest. If I had money like that and could afford mistresses, not I probably wouldn't do the drugs. Maybe I would do mushrooms and weed more. Maybe not. But I definitely wouldn't turn down an orgy. Especially if there was beautiful women involved. Nicole Shanahan's not a 10 out of 10, but she's definitely above a 6 or a 7. I would put Nicole. Let's take a look here. Nicole Shanahan. Yeah, that's a nice face. And oh, she looks different here. Petite. I'll give her easy 8. 8 out of 10. Especially for a mom. She stayed thin. And I like her personality. I like that she's into health. I bet you she's anti-vax. Well, I mean, she's rocking with Kennedy, so. I think though they had to cut back on the anti-vax stance because big tech, they were the real reason. In my opinion, they were the real reason behind the nanotech. Let's just leave it at that. With the carbon nanofibers acting as antennas. I don't want to get my channel blocked again by being anti-vax. So let's just say carbon nanofibers is a big tech development. All right. Now let's see. All right. So this guy he's fucking around, and let's see. It's kind of a sexy story. I should read it, but I want to do one more before we go. Before I go, unpaid bills. Okay. So this guy's really off the rails, huh? He got married, and all right. I don't know. I'm sorry. We don't have a lot of. I don't have a lot of energy today. Ukrainian soldiers hooked on energy drinks. Ew, they're not the only ones. Some service members are unable to cope with the workload on the front line without a liquid jolt, the paper reports. Energy drinks have become the beverage of choice for many Ukrainian soldiers in the conflict with Russia, despite health concerns. According to numerous Ukrainian troops interviewed by the New York Times, the sugar and caffeine-loaded drinks are often the only way for them to overcome extreme exhaustion and endure the harsh realities of the front line. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. My grappling coach, he's military, and he comes in to the 6:30 p.m. class rocking a Red Bull. 6:30 p.m. drinking Red Bull. And he's probably up before me because when I get there in the morning, I'm going to leave shortly to go babysit for his kid. He's already been out. He's out for the day, so he's probably getting up around the same time as me, maybe a little later. I don't know, but I know they don't go to bed on time over there. So these Ukrainians are not the only people addicted to energy drinks, right? What percentage of the population in the United States drinks energy drinks? 10% and up. Adults, okay? And 30% of kids. So 1/3 of kids and, let's say 1/6, 1/7 of adults. Young people, 30%. Men, 10%. Women, 20%, I guess. Daily. Well, here I am drinking coffee. Sometimes I take Yohimbe. That's a energy booster. I don't judge, but I do monitor and restrict and have eliminated non-natural ingredients. Maybe coffee's not natural. Maybe coconut sugar's not natural because you gotta boil down the coconut. I don't know. I have weird restrictions. And I can't judge. Just like with the steroids in the UFC, I can't judge people for doing something that ultimately is to protect their own safety. If you're fighting to the death in a cage, which you are in the UFC because of the brain injury and other injuries, which is an unavoidable consequence of fighting another man with no equipment on. And he's going to try to eliminate your consciousness and destroy your body unless somebody else steps in as a judge or a ref. A doctor or a ref. So I understand why somebody would want to take every possible beneficiary supplement or substance to increase their performance. Wouldn't you? If you were fighting to the death? Now, I'm not fighting to the death. I'm fighting for points. So I don't want to do something that's going to long-term reduce the amount of points that I can make. Because it's like candle burns twice as bright, burns half as long. Steroids might make you stronger, better, faster, but it's also going to shorten your lifespan because of what I said. Candle burns twice as bright, burns half as long. It has to do with the kidneys, I think. Because the kidneys in Chinese medicine is where your storehouse is for energy. It's like a battery that doesn't recharge. Tim Wortman, how's Sir Doyle? I haven't seen him since last night. We dropped him off. And I did yell at him on the train because I was just at the end of my rope. It was a long day. And I only have a certain amount of time that I can deal with him constantly speaking. Constantly. It doesn't stop. And he asked me a question which was, first of all, irrelevant, and second of all, something that he could have looked up on his own. And I said, bro, I'm not going to do everything for you. Just fucking look it up, man. And I yelled at him. And I said, you always want people to just do everything for you. And I also said, don't you have an off switch? Can you just chill out and enjoy the ride home? And so he didn't say anything for the rest of the train ride home, which I was actually surprised that he was able to. But yeah, I felt bad for yelling at him, but I'm sure he doesn't take offense to it. I'll probably talk to him today when he calls, and I'll see him another time during this week. Thanks for asking, Tim. I'm okay. Sir Doyle is okay. He's going to come back. I'm going to give him some of the leftovers from what I made with Kathy. Maybe I'll just... Because Kathy's coming back this week. She's got an interview in Massapequa Wednesday. We're going to try and move her into this building without telling my dad. And have her give me the money that she would have paid him for rent as long as possible. As long as I can keep her hidden from my dad, I'm going to collect that rent money. And then when he finally finds out she's here, there's going to be a shitstorm. He's going to yell at me. He's going to say, I told you not to do this anymore. Maybe he'll threaten to kick me out. But then I'll say, well, how much do you want for rent? I'll give him whatever money he wants then and there. But hopefully it'll be a couple of months later that I have collected some of her rent money. And we can put that towards the mission. It sounds like those drugs have destroyed Doyle's brain. No, I don't think it's destroyed his brain. I mean, he does have delusions, I think. But I think it's like it's like a kid with ADD. That's what I think. Hey, Legend, I was gonna message you today. I didn't want to message you last night, but it was really cool, bro. Thank you. I enjoyed all four comics that we got there slightly late, and we saw four comics, and they were all funny. We just kind of went in and went out, and I think I could have streamed it. There was nobody like checking, and I kind of wish I did. I kind of wish I stuck around. I really wish I stuck around after and got some interviews. But that's my bad for being a pussy. But thank you so much. Still got $120 left on the card, so we'll put that towards whatever Sir Doyle needs and stuff. And thanks again. Really cool. It's been a minute since I've been in the city. Yeah, definitely left. Especially towards the end after, it's almost like it was like social anxiety when we got in there. It was like, oh, there's people around, can we laugh? But the every comic was funny, so Sir Doyle stopped laughing at the second comedian when she made a joke about abortion, and he said, no, that's murder. And I was like, do not say anything. And there was an incident. Go back and watch the beginning of the stream. I spoke about what happened with Sir Doyle when the manager had to come over and tell him to stop talking. Because the comedian made the mistake of the third comedian. What was her name? Sienna something. You know who she is, Sienna. She did a little crowd work and got to Sir Doyle, and then he wouldn't stop talking, and the crowd was not having it, and the manager came over and was like, oh, you gotta stop talking. It was very funny looking back on it now. But some soldiers told the outlet that they would rather carry any drinks into battle than bread. I agree with that. I think it's better to drink than eat, even if it's if both things are not healthy, it's better to drink something than eat something because you just don't have that physical material weighing you down. That's why I'm kind of like on a liquid diet. I'm having coffee with coconut sugar right now, and I'm trying not to eat as long as possible. I do have to go to the bathroom though. It's been a couple of days. I know TMI. I'm gonna go poop now. I'm gonna end the stream. But I'll try to keep this up 8 o'clock a.m. every day, and then I gotta be at babysitting by 9, so I'll get it in. Hopefully tonight I'll be at the gym. I definitely have it planned, but then later on I might lose my willpower and eat something instead. Hopefully not. But yeah, Legend, thanks again. I really appreciate it, and I know you didn't have to do that. It's really cool of you. Thanks for stopping in. Tim, Sammy, thank you. I always see you here in the morning. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I wish I had streamed it, bro. I wish I had streamed it. It would have been funny. I did see on the way home a kind of satchel, which was like the backpack I was wearing, but it was more like something I could wear on my chest, and I could just put the phone right in. So it wouldn't look like the phone is streaming. Like if I'm holding the streaming handle and I'm holding the phone like this, they know I'm streaming. But if I have like a little satchel with the phone like that, it would just kind of look out from my chest, and that could be a way to do secret streaming. It also could be a way that I could interview people. I have my own lapel mic, and then I can have another lapel mic for whoever I'm interviewing. Alright, I hate to leave you guys, but I do have to go on about my day, and I'm holding in a poop, so I'm gonna go now. Thanks again. Legend, Tim, Sammy, especially you, Sammy, especially you, Legend. Tim, I seen you here before. Have a great day. Have a great day, Legend. And Sammy. Shitty news today, but I'm glad to see you here. And if you ever have any other questions or anything you need to talk about, just go to masterluki.com. You can see my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and even my cell phone number, okay? That number goes direct to my cell phone through Google Voice.